attend. Starting next month, Estacada will be parting ways with Clackamas Fire Services and relaunching its own fire district. This comes after strong criticism from the community on how things were handled during last year's wildfires.
Fox 12's Sarah Hurwitz has a look at how this shift is focused on community and how one local man feels about the change after he and his wife lost everything.
They had little warning.
Sheriff came down on a Tuesday afternoon, said you're on level 3, which was the first we'd heard about any evacuation order.
By Thursday morning, nearly 30 years of memories and things you can't replace up in flames.
No fire department or any type of Forest Service fire equipment down at our house at all. I'd been to the fire department the day before. I stopped in, made a special trip to contact people at Clackamas Fire, tell them where our house was, how to get to it, and that they were welcome to come down at any time, and yet the gate was still closed when a friend of ours came down at 11 Thursday morning to tell us that our house had burned.
Estacada's been in a contract for services with Clackamas Fire for about a year and a half. Estacada Fire Board Director Ken Oliver says in a vote on November 3rd, the Estacada community voted against a merger with Clackamas Fire.
We're elected to represent our public, and when the public says restart your fire department, that's the road we have to go down.
During the Riverside fire, many residents told Fox 12 that they felt left to fend for themselves, some even staying behind to protect their properties. Oliver says Clackamas Fire did not get a chance to get out into the Estacada community before the pandemic hit, and that posed some challenges during the wildfire.
I think there was a struggle on their end with not knowing our roads and not knowing our people. I think the communication between the residents that were staying behind with their water trucks and their dozers and their excavators, trying to save their neighbors' houses and their houses, I think that didn't mesh well with what Clackamas Fire was trying to do.
Clackamas Fire Chief Nick Brown says that's not entirely true.
For every one area that things didn't go well, the next neighborhood over, there was great partnership.
But the chief does acknowledge those criticisms.
But their concerns are correct. We were unable to immerse ourselves in the community and get to know who they were. I understand and completely get the feeling of some of the homeowners and some of the citizens there. But the realities is we had every single firefighter that Clackamas Fire has fighting fires.
Chief Brown says Clackamas Fire was hopeful the merger would pass, but he respects the community's decision and fully supports that.
Really what our focus is now is working with the new Estacada Fire leadership to ensure a smooth transition and make sure that high level of emergency services, which we provide, doesn't falter when Estacada Fire transitions over.
Starting next month, the Estacada Fire District relaunches. Oliver says a chief and 9 career firefighters have been hired, and property tax funds that are already set aside for contracts with Clackamas Fire will go toward this relaunch. And for Bob Patterson, who voted against the merger with Clackamas Fire, he recognizes that rural fire departments need help. But last year, there was a disconnect.
These people aren't part of our community. They're from outside. They have no idea what it's like.
In Estacada, Sarah Hurwitz, Fox 12 Oregon.